Alright, when I'm making up the story, get back to what was going on, right? Sarah needed a ride to her tax in, off of Abercorn, near the St. Joseph here on Abercorn. But anyway, when I'm making up a story, see, I know what I'm supposed to say. If, say, I'm tickling my sister, I know to stop because, my road will come back. And like I said, right, you can't do too much with your sister if, you don't have that much time with her, right? You're not trying to have sex with her anyway, right? Right. That's the last thought on your mind, right? And same with Renee. If I'm in the living room, someone has to leave either the bedroom or the living room, right? And I never once went to her door, right? So, if she's coming in the living room, I'm going to talk her out of it a lot, right? We're not supposed to do that, right? And the reason is, we're told not to do that. Now, I don't condemn the thought, right? Nor do I condemn it if we're both tempted or not. I don't recall. But I also pointed out, well, Mom's down the hall, right? If we get too loud, we're going to attract attention. Same with Jennifer, right? Exactly, right? See, Jennifer would have to leave her bedroom, right, come down to the couch to talk to me later on at night, right? And again, I would say, well, Uncle Ronnie and Mary Ann are down the hall, right? But we can talk about it, right? We can't do that much. Now, the thing is, like with Angela, though, I would tell her it's easy to prove to you I'm not gay. I would just dance with you and show you how to respond to women. But I don't know nothing more happened than that either, or why that would even be an issue with Dion, right? If me and him look alike, we look alike. For a reason, but we also look a little different. But I don't know. I can't say. See, Angela's also a factor in what the child would look like. I know. Right. Me or Dion, right? Now, again, if I don't remember what happened after that, I know. I don't know. I don't even know I had sex with her or why that would happen, right? But Dion, okay, would have to follow her if she came to Marceline's house, and the only place we could do something was in the church parking lot, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. And the only thing I would want to make sure she understood is I'm not gay, but I'm not trying to sleep with my cousin's wife either. I know that, dude. Now, only problem would come if I was showing her I wasn't gay and she didn't take no for the answer herself, or wanted to, go all the way with me instead of Dion. Okay, maybe she did. But that don't still mean that I got her pregnant. I would only be with her that one night and go back to Virginia. Exactly. Right. But then Dion would have to show up and, knock me out somehow, right? And fight over her, right? And all I know is I slept in the living room anyway when I was coming down from Virginia, right? And Renee and Mom had the 2 back bedrooms, right? So I was staying on the couch, mainly anyway. Like, again, just sleeping over at their friends all the time, right? Those are many reasons to use a couch, right? And now the problem is, though, there's 3 guys who would have to sleep in Byron's bedroom or something. Right. Be a bunch, but okay. If you had to do it occasionally, right, shouldn't be a problem, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Now, the thing about forgiveness, though, is you're not supposed to harm people, murder people, interfere with consensual sex between a woman who wants a man, or vice versa, that man will want the woman, right? Or not. If you're interfering in it, and that means, say, here's an example. Okay, if Kim Kardashian was to stop by my house legally at night, she can't, right? Even if she's shooting her TV movie or her reality show, right? Which they gotta create drama. Because their lives are just as boring as ours. Right. I know that. And all they can argue about is which designer is going to clothe them. I mean, come on, right? But that's okay. I mean, that's what they do. And like I said, that was real hot, the blue. That's all I mean. But that would give me a wet dream about her, but I don't know her personally. There, Kanye. I know. And you can't tell me you're not with her for the same reason you find her very attractive, right? And you want to hit that. A lot of men want to hit that, but they know they can't go after it either. That's the point, right? Now, it's also, if you can't be with the one you love, honey, what? Love the one you with. Love the one you with, right? He wants to be with you, right? That's the problem too, right? That's why didn't he accept Leah as his wife too, right? And then married Rachel, right? He had to fulfill her week. Like I said, Samson made him wait a week, right? Right. And was having sex with his wife, right? Up to them too, right? Because, see, they want her to tell him the riddle, and they plowed his effort for the information, right? They what? Extortioned her. Right. And they threatened her with violence, right? Which they carried out anyway. Because to get the garments, right, he had to kill 30 Philistines, right? And our house got burned down anyway. I know. Exactly. And then, you go to the prostitute scene where they were going to wait till the morning, but he left at midnight. Right. But he's still with the harlot, the slut. The prostitute, as we would call them, the hooker. And then it goes to Delilah, Simpson and Delilah. Right. That's what some of you were like. Well, I'm trying to rest because I got my externship coming up. At least after the 28th, I hope, right? I got another week for it. I shouldn't have to lie about it. It shouldn't be interfered with either, whether I can do the part-time or full-time work in that career. I'm trying to do something that I might can kind of actually do, but make a little bit of money, right? In addition to what I'm making now. See, you want to predict what I need for the future. You can't always do that. And Paul also said if a man is trying to work and he can kind of work at least a part-time job, then he work. That's not honorable. No, you have no honor. Like I keep telling you. You don't even know what true honor is anymore. And Satan has even blurred your understanding of that. Right? And why? Because you want to judge each other for wanting the same thing. Now, if Kanye is dating Kim and they get married or something, and if she was having sex with me on the side and I didn't know, right, I'm the one who's more behaving myself than Kanye. You understand? But I don't even know I was with her, though, either. That would also be because of Kanye and Kim. But if Kevin's with me, we're still going hypotheticals because I have no memory of her except, outside of in the normal things as a fan would, right? I know she was in the Playboy article and I've seen her naked on the internet like everybody else, right? Right. And also, too, Kim and Kanye seen The Bodyguard. But that's more a fantasy setting based on the Parish Keeper, right? And again, right, the story y'all told the public, right, of how it was stolen, right? But it's still PG. It's not a Clockwork Orange, right? Robbery. Which included a what? Rape and murder, right? It's a Pink Panther keeper. Though they're around her for 40 minutes, wow. Like I said, none of that sadly not, right? It just seems like a Pink Panther keeper, right? But there were, how many of them? 5, right? 40 minutes. 5 times 5 is 25. To 40. Did she have to talk her way out of it? And that's what she agreed she would say. But now Kanye knows if it was a murder for hire too, right? See, another thing, like I said, is in A Clockwork Orange, the sex led to murder, right? Because it was rape, right? But in this one, they were around her 40 minutes, which is enough to have sex, right? With 5 men, I know. But like in The Gambler, right? There were 3 of them. But at the same time, Kim didn't have a choice, right? In a murder for hire plot, another thing they might want to get from her is the what money? Insurance money on her life. Just saying, right? And the problem is the time they were there. This is long enough to have sex, right? But then she agreed not to what? Charge them with rape, right? Right. Just the burglary. Damn. And that could be, again, Kanye who hired them. And that's beyond reason. That's beyond reason. That's not nice, Kanye. And that's not bipolar, motherfucker. That's not a mental illness. That's criminally insane. That's the Joker. Behavior, right? See, mentally ill people, most of us are docile and just listen to our voices, and we don't really mess with people. No. We don't try to hurt you because we know we'll get in trouble for that, even if we're mentally ill. Sometimes, right? Some people don't want to even let you off the hook if you're mentally ill, which they're supposed to do with a medical excuse. It's like me and the burglary, right? After the car wreck. Someone's taking advantage of me, but it ain't me, them. And someone's setting me up, but it ain't me, them. And it's someone else's idea and drawing on my fantasy about the ninjas, right? Not me, but them. And I was probably, by the time we did it, still trying to date Lisa, having to even hitch a ride to go to the fair to find her. But I did. And again, but see, that's the problem. Roddy thinks he's a stud. Whether I do or not, right? I'm trying to find one woman, right? Which is what I was taught, right? Now, it's not like I'm going to get upset if I have sex with more than one woman either. I know that too. And the problem would be, I would ask the girl, had she had sex yet before I had sex with her myself. And I would ask her, have you done anything with anybody? Not even little Roddy? Not even little Roddy. Well, I know little Roddy done thought Terry, right? But they were more closer in age, right? He could be charged with statutory rape with her. But I'm a year younger than him, right? I don't turn 17 till November, and this is August, right? And even then, I'm not the more sexually aggressive. That was always little Roddy. I'm trying to kind of wait for marriage, too, right? So the thing is, if I started doing stuff with Vivian's daughter, and Roddy started fucking Vivian, like I told you, my guess, and your guess, it's still a guess, right? Alright, he has the problem if I, started having sex with her and I wanted to stop, and I realized she wasn't a virgin because she didn't bleed, right? Then it is you, little Roddy. And I know it was you, right? And you don't want me to figure it out, but the more you act dumb about it, the more I figure it out, right? You did fuck Vivian and her daughter, and you can go to jail for that. That's statutory rape. Since you're 17 and she was probably 14 or 15, right? See, I being like 16, that's still 2 minors under the law. But you being 17, you can be charged as an adult in Georgia for that crime, right? Yep. But see, like I said, but then you can't touch her first. You gotta let her pop her cherry with me. And that's the problem too. Then that too is you entrapping me. Legally, okay, I don't try to sleep with a, 15-year-old, ever. But if I ask her age, right, and she says she's 37, right, like with the girl last night on American Idol, I couldn't tell she wasn't 14, though she said 24. But that's still a guess, either way, whether I was right or wrong. Right? Yes, a guess. It's an educated guess. Too. But I didn't ask her age. I guessed her age. It said 14, and then it said 24. But if she tells me she's 24 and really 14, I don't know that either. It don't prove anything. I know. Because most Asian women, like I said, look young even after they turn 50. I know that. Whatever that is. That is true about most of them. Now, some you can see age after, so much, right? About 60 to 70. But then, who talked him into it? Someone would have to talk everybody into it, right? Now, if they called the police, they knew she was 15. I still didn't know. And if the police shot me over that and just let me in the damn seat, right, and I yelled like Wolverine, that happened too. Because you're tempting God, not me. With the woman I'm trying to marry. Which I have a right to marry. And she knows I only was going to marry her, not fuck her and leave her, right? Or she wouldn't take a chance either, probably, right? She knows I'm still fighting for us, whether we did something or not, too, right? I mean, but I'm still also being cool, calm, and collected. I'm waiting, I know. Because I can't force it again. I didn't force it that time, and I won't force it any other time after this, right? That's another thing you can't do is force a female who don't want to be with you to be with you. That's right. Yes. But nor can a 15-year-old perpetrate herself as 37, right? And be Asian and you really know for sure her age, right? Yes. But that's still a guess, right? That she was 14. Whether I'm right or not. Or whether I'm right or not. Now, I asked her age, right? First, before we even did the nail job as we were talking, right? Because I thought she got wet. And I was making sure she didn't. Things like that, too, right? And what I was worried about is the women picking on her, that I would sexually respond to her while she was doing the nail job. And I was trying to tell her, and she got embarrassed and wet. Because of them, right? And I was trying to let her know, I'm not sexually responding to you just because you're touching my legs, right? Below the kneecap, right? That I would jokingly say, if you want to know what it really is like, now we can go into the bathroom. And I can show you. Right. So I'm joking too, you know that, right? But I don't recall if we did, but I lost the hour of time, so I must assume we did. And I also got to assume when we came out, the police were there, right? And I also got to assume they shot me over it. And I also got to assume I like Wolverine. And it happened at least 3 times, right? Because when I left the theater, I had to go see Arctic Dogs that started at 4:40. Sorry. 2. I still had to wait another hour almost, right? Do you see that movie? Or 4:30? Whatever. That's usually the normal starting times for most movies, right? But see, I'm not confessing something I remember. Either way, I'm guessing what you're talking about because you're still on about it. Because you don't want to believe the story I'm telling you, right? But you can't know the story I'm telling you either unless you're trying to entrap me too, right? With the stepdaughter first, right? Which the first thing I know is I gotta tend to her physical needs if she's in there with me, including make sure she hadn't peed herself or something. Or don't need a bath or a shower. That's your problem too, right? See, there's legitimate reasons for a stepdad to also help his stepdaughter undress her. Without the thought of sex coming into it until maybe after you do both, right? Then you ask her who showed her that too, right? But you're attacking a mentally ill person who was sane before he joined the Navy. How do I know? A school. If I have one psychologist in my corner, it's Dr. Weinrep. And you know, Portsmouth is lying, maybe with the influence of Christian Fellowship Church. I don't know if he knows them or not, but that's, again, not how you do things. No, it's not. You gotta take the facts into the case, right? Then if she said grandma, right, it's because of potty training, right? And her grandma bathing her the same way. Though there's one other person who can coach her, the dad, right? Or the granddad, right? But the granddad would have to know that would blow up and, again, pre-coach her. The dad had 4 days to her all by himself to coach her, right? And then I'm on the couch, right? Right. The whole time. I'm staying away from Daphne, right? Because I'm kind of afraid at that point that she left me straight into Tennessee, right? So who's more timid there, me or Daphne? Me. But I won't repent. You won't repent. Repentance is saying, okay, I helped that happen. I should have known better and I won't do it again. You won't do it again. That's repentance of it, Daphne. I won't make this a big deal because if I do, my daughter's going to think I set him up with me. Yeah, yeah. And he brought me back to her. And you better. Even though he's mentally ill. But I still don't recall 100% if it happened, right? It's called normal memory loss. Yes, it is. You can't prove I didn't forget that, right? But then what? You try to jog my memory? Yeah, it sounds like that too. That's called leading a witness. Because you must have had a video or something, because you weren't in the room, right? See, to see anything, right? You didn't have a mirror against the wall, or I just saw that, right? So you let her come in there. So then you had a video camera somewhere. Because I seen a Clockwork Orange, I seen 1984 and 85, and I seen The Circle recently too, right? That's what you're doing there. You're doing me just like the character in the book. And that's Orwell's 1984. Carried out in 1994. 10 years later, you're acting like Orwell said you would. About one man. Who's a well-behaved man, right? And knows how to behave himself. Right? Seems like that's your issue with me. I know how to behave myself in a bad situation and how to get out of it, too, right? Called on God and Jesus because I didn't do it wrong. So then that goes back to who? Those who really set you up. Yes. Called entrapment for a reason.